What's up everyone, OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today I've got a couple things that I have to get off my chest when it comes to video gaming, and we're going to start off with Nintendo, Bandai Namco, and Sakurai, but we'll get into the specifics here in terms of who's responsible for what. And really, this is going to be a message for Bandai Namco, the balancing team of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, because Sakurai is not actually involved in the balancing of this game. But this is a message to Nintendo to directly override anything that's going on over at Bandai Namco when it comes to the balance of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This past weekend, there was the Smash and Splash tournament. It was a pretty cool tournament. It was an S tier with over 1,600 participants. People from around the world all go to one place to enjoy the water park and enjoy Super Smash Bros. Ultimate competition. In that tournament, we saw some amazing things. We saw Wizrobe, a guy who basically started playing when he was a baby with Super Smash Bros. Melee, but he's good in the N64 version, he's good in Brawl, he's good in all of them. He's good in Melee, he's good in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, he's good in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. We saw him actually make top 8 at the Smash and Splash tournament in both games, in Super Smash Bros. Melee and also in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. He used Wolf. Wolf is a great character in that game, a balanced character in that game in my opinion. There are good things and bad things about Wolf that make him viable, and don't worry, I'm getting to the point of all this. It's kind of just encapsulating everything till we get to it, alright? So yeah, Wolf, great character. I use Wolf in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And then we also saw other characters kind of step up. We saw Samsora get 3-stocked by a Bowser. Obviously, Bowser is pretty slow and is kind of combo food, but at the same time is very heavy, can survive, and has amazing kill power. So you can see explosive stuff like that. You can see some of the benefits of using Bowser despite having a lot of weaknesses and flaws. Now that brings me to this, what I'm going to talk about. Sheik in this game. I honestly feel out of every single character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, every single character, Sheik is the worst character in the game. There is nothing positive about Sheik outside of that she's fast. She has a few different combos that she can do at low percentages, and she's fast. That's about it. Sheik needs to be buffed ASAP. Sheik needs something. This character honestly has nothing in this game outside of some needles that can stop you. Yeah, that can stop you in your tracks. And she has, like I said, some speed. She has a good recovery, but there's really nothing for her to make her viable in this game. At least with the other characters that we talked about here, like Bowser and like Wolf, and Pichu's really light, but at the same time, Pichu has insane kill potential, in addition to a great recovery as well. You can look at pretty much every single character in the game and say, you know what, well, yeah, that really sucks about this character, but they have this to help them kill, right? Even Kirby has good kill power and combos as well, and Kirby's not that great of a character in the game, and Kirby has a copy ability. I'm looking at Sheik and I'm not really sure how this character is even viable at all. And I'm looking at Sheik and I'm thinking that this might be the worst character in the game. How does Void, a person who has extreme skill, you saw what he can do, you've seen what he can do pretty much throughout all of Smash 4, then also with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, okay? He doesn't win that many turns with Sheik in Smash 4. In the game, that Sheik is better. And then you go to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and he uses Sheik against Samsora. Literally hits Samsora's Peach like 50,000 times, okay? And does like 12 damage. Hits him with like 16 fairs and does like 7.2% damage. And obviously I'm exaggerating here, but at the same time, it's ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous for this game to be the way that it is, with the type of kill potential and kill power that a little bunny, a little rodent, or whatever the hell Pichu is, a little rat. A little rat has this potential to be sitting there and killing people at such early potentials, but Sheik, the Sheikah, the type of training that she's got, and you can't sit there and give her one confirm. You can't give her a down throw to fair to kill, maybe even at 100 and like what, 20%. You can't give her a bouncing fish combo, not at low percentage, that bounces you off them, then completely resets the neutral to unleash the pressure, or to stop the pressure, not to unleash, but to stop the pressure. You can't give her any type of kill confirm on the side of the screen despite her being so weak. This is my call to all players who used Sheik, or all players who saw the devastation that was Smash and Splash, Void versus Samsora, to please stand up and say something about this to Nintendo. to Bandai Namco. This needs to be fixed. This is not something that is good. This is not something that needs to be in the game. Update 3.1 came out for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and gave characters plenty of buffs. Like Lucario, for example, got a huge buff in the game. Bayonetta even got a buff. Despite Bayonetta, she can still kill with their back air and stuff like that. She still's got combos, but I guess they just kind of fixed more of some of her movesets and all of that, which is fine. But I think now it's time. Sheik got a buff before, but it wasn't enough. She still can't kill anything. She still can't kill anything. You still have to hit the other person a million times. And on top of that, Sheik is so light and she dies so early at the same time. It's absolutely ridiculous. Nintendo, this is unacceptable. I'm saying that this is unacceptable for everyone who wants to play in a competitive game. When you look at Sheik, she is literally the most useless character in that game. I'd rather use any other character, even Little Mac, than her at this point, because at least Little Mac, his ground game is super strong. He has a KO punch, whatever. Yeah, he can get gimped super easy, and I know Little Mac mains aren't winning any tournaments or anything. Well, actually, Soul won a somewhat okay, I think like 180 something person tournament. So at least there's that. I haven't seen anybody win a tournament with Sheik yet with 180 something people. Maybe if there was like 5 people in like a battle arena, maybe Sheik can win that. But Sheik's not winning anything else. But anyway, this is my call to them. This is unacceptable. Nintendo, you need to fix this, and hopefully they do fix it at some point, because I can't just sit here and sit back and see my main like this just get absolutely gutted in this game and not have anything. Just like a couple different things, a couple different tweaks, some combos. That Link bouncing fish combo, maybe a forward throw at certain percentages to bouncing fish, or at least some other things that you can do. Nintendo, you've got to do something. Bandai Namco, the balancing team. Sakurai is actually not involved with the balancing of the game. So the balancing team at Bandai Namco, you guys need to do something, because this was pathetic to see Sheik at the top stage in an S-tier tournament with 70,000 people plus watching, and to see what has happened to Sheik is just ridiculous. But anyway, what do you guys think about this? What do you think about the tournaments? And what do you guys think about my demand here? Does Nintendo need to change something here with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, I want to talk about Google Stadia, because this past weekend was a very interesting weekend across various different social media sites and everything. Stuff was just going down. And even my own internet, when I woke up on Sunday morning, was down as well. And it got people thinking, especially with YouTube being down and YouTube acting all funky. And especially with Google Stadia launching, what they're going to talk about it, it's launching this fall, but they're going to talk about it in terms of the price and everything coming up pretty soon here, really close to E3. They're going to talk about the date. They're probably going to talk about the games, what you're going to be able to buy or how much it's going to cost. And then YouTube goes down. So then let me ask you a question. When YouTube goes down, then how do you play your Stadia games? And it's a Sunday, by the way. It's a Sunday, and it took them a while to get things finished. So you're paying the money, and the service goes down. There's no way to play your games. And I think that's the biggest problem when you're talking about streaming and you're not giving people options to be able to download the game. From what I understand, it's going to be all streaming. It's going to be instant. There's not going to be any option in terms of playing the game or downloading the game to anything. And I think that's the biggest problem with this service, that they really need to make sure that they add that in. Now, one of the cool things that they added into the Code Vein network test is that, you know what, you don't really got to be online to play the game, because if you are online to play the game, then you can take advantage of those features. But if you want to just play offline, you can just play offline. So I download the client to my Xbox One, and I'm not streaming it, but I don't need to take advantage of the online features. I can play the game offline and enjoy it that way. And I think that's the biggest issue that we're seeing here with these companies. They want everything to be online. They want online this, online that, but you're not factoring in for multiple different things. Somebody's internet going out, like my internet went out Sunday, which I couldn't stream in the morning for you guys. I wanted to stream, but I couldn't stream because my internet went out. And then on top of that, so even when my internet comes back, then YouTube is down. So then I still couldn't do anything, right? Then YouTube is down, and that would affect Google Stadia streaming. That would affect lots of other things. And this isn't the first time. This isn't like, oh, wow, this is such a rare occurrence that Google Stadia or YouTube would be down, or Snapchat, or whatever the case is. This is something that happens sometimes quite frequently. Yes, it doesn't happen like every single week, but it's happened a number of times. And when you're sitting there and telling people to pay always online, and then on weekends, when they're going to have the most time to play games, the service goes down, do they get that time back? Do they get some money? Do they get a refund for whatever the case is? And that's the biggest issue I think people are having. And also, you stack on top of YouTube. YouTube's already this massive, huge thing that's really hard to maintain, so I understand that. But now you're stacking this whole streaming thing on top of that. What is that going to do? Was it because of Stadia? You guys were testing things out. Maybe there was something going on that it caused issues with YouTube. I mean, all this stuff is very technical. We don't really know. Obviously, we don't know what caused the massive issues on YouTube, but I think that it's a scary type of thing when you're trying to talk about always online and integrating all these new things here, when you're having issues a number of times a month. There'll probably be a few times or so that you might see some issues with YouTube where things aren't working, live streaming isn't working, just something goes wrong with always online or something where we have to log in online. So I'm really hoping that this experience that we had this past weekend kind of wakes Google Stadia, wakes YouTube up to this whole situation when it comes down to what they're going to do, and give people a better service and option in terms of actually downloading or somewhat owning their games with this thing. I hope it's not just all streaming. Google Stadia is one of those things that are coming in and is already making waves, is already getting the other people to think about that and to talk about it in their investor meetings in terms of the big three. Microsoft and Sony are teaming up for their Azure or Microsoft's Azure cloud stuff and all that. I think a lot of this is because of Google Stadia and kind of what they're doing. Nintendo has commented on that and saying, hey, they're kind of looking at things, and there's been some rumors going around and stuff. Well, not even really rumors, but we just know that Microsoft and Nintendo are talking about potential streaming services as well. So this is causing ripples in the industry, and hopefully from what I'm seeing here, it's not the positive ones yet. It's more of the we need to do that, or can we be like that? And I'm not so sure about that when it comes to Google Stadia and what's going on. But you know what? That's just my take on the matter. What are you guys' thoughts when it comes to it? What do you guys think about the whole YouTube outage? How do you think it's going to affect Google Stadia going forward and what they're going to do? Because a big part of Google Stadia and the marketing and the promotion and all that is going to be through YouTube. So what do you guys think about all this? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go and check out the links in the description below. We have Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for this RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.